2025. Crazy. So tomatoes, that's where it started, was it? Chickens, lawn, garden.
Yep.
You've got...
Well, it's a geotrencher, so it just cuts out trenches.
Yeah.
It is an absolute weapon.
Your content's a bit different to that scripted, I need to do this, robotic. It's pretty real. Like, do you get much, like, any snakes out your place? Besides lawn, is there actually anything exciting to do in Horsham?
No.
If you have a female dog, you pretty much just have to deal with it.
Yep.
What's the best way to keep my neighbours from playing on my wife's coochie? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. 2025.
Big one.
Crazy. Hope everyone had a safe and ate lots of food. Safe New Year and ate lots of food for Christmas. In typical Lawnhub fashion, we have a special guest today. Now, because I am, terrible sometimes at organising guests, Andrew here from the Tool Shed was like, hey, I'm in Adelaide. And I was like, you're in a podcast tomorrow at 12. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce to you to Andrew. Not going to try and pronounce his last name. Already butchered it.
Yeah, you did.
From the Tool Shed.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
No.
Very excited.
It's thank you for coming over from the Victorian lands.
Yep, across the border for you.
And down here visiting some family for Christmas. That's correct?
Yep. Came down beginning of last week and head back Monday.
Andrew, the Tool Shed.
Yep.
For anyone who doesn't know, who is the Tool Shed?
I am the Tool Shed.
Yes. All right, and that's a great podcast.
We're done,
We'll
guys.
see you next week.
Next week. No, I run the Tool Shed page. Started in during COVID.
Yep.
I was posting at our old place just on my personal page, and my wife made a comment of, no one wants to hear about your tomatoes. Why don't you make your own page and then talk about it there? I said, oh yeah, why not? So I started posting and went from there really.
And you enjoy it, obviously?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, it's good fun. Just sort of showing the projects I'm working on at home, and then, looking at tools.
Yep.
It's been pretty wild.
So I suppose now you've already answered my second question, but obviously the missus helped you, pushed you in the direction to start the page.
Yep.
Was it always a case of, I'll just do this and then hopefully grow it, or was it just like, we'll just start here and whatever happens?
I think it was just whatever happens. I'm just sort of, I suppose I enjoy the little community that I've got. And the regulars that sort of pipe up.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it to
make millions.
Yeah. And to become a full-time influencer. But it's just a bit of a hobby, bit of fun.
Yeah. So tomatoes, that's where it starare was it? Tomatoes?
Yeah, I was like a good Italian boy. I was growing my tomatoes at home, pretty poorly.
Did you have a certain breed of tomatoes? Is that what you call them, or certain type?
No, probably just whatever's cheap at Bunnings.
Yeah.
Whatever I can pick up. Got a few different varieties at home at the moment. Lots of cherry tomatoes, a couple of Romas, and I've got the big beef cheek ones as well. Last year the birds got to them, so hopefully they'll grow a bit better this year. But
did you you don't net them or anything like that, like the tomatoes or anything?
No.
I've got some. I don't actually know what, I suppose, brand or breed or whatever, but they're like a black cherry tomato.
Oh yeah.
And I only planted one plant this year because last season I think we all planted 4, and it's just ridiculous.
The amount you get.
They start growing and then they just I've had enough and now I'm falling over. Now I'm growing on the ground.
Yeah.
So
that's the worst thing. It's the worst thing about them. You got to keep on top of it, because if you don't.
Is there a certain way you should look after them? Like, should you prune them before they get too big? Or?
Yeah, you're meant to sort of prune them at the suckers, so they sort of branch off. So you want to sort of pinch them there.
Yep.
It's trying to get one main stem, I suppose.
Okay, that's where I'm going wrong, because I've got about 40 stems off one plant. So,
but I'm also very you're meant to stake them regularly, and that's what I'm very bad at. So they just end up falling down.
Stake them is to keep them up.
Yeah, keep them up.
Yeah. Obviously, Yeah, tomatoes not my forte, unfortunately. But yeah, no, that'd make sense. And I mean, if my missus is watching, hopefully you're taking notes. And yeah, because she's always whinging that they're all over the place. So, but yeah, so tomatoes, and then I suppose when did it sort of develop into your lawn area? So was your lawn there when you moved into that place?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. So we moved into our new place about 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago now. Yeah, the backyard. Our block's sort of split into two, so we've got 2 acres. We've got our backyard, which has the lawn area, veggie garden. It's got the kids' cubby and all that. And then we've got the big black back block as well. So the lawn, was already established there. And the bloke who had it, did a pretty good job looking after it before me. So, yeah.
And then, so obviously we started chatting mainly lawn related, but then obviously some of the projects, so you got the chickens as well.
Yeah, got some chickens.
And you'd had that drip water feeder or something that you trialled with. Is that still working?
Yeah, no, it's still going well, yep. So I think it was actually at the house. I'm pretty sure it was their old dog bowl.
Okay.
And so I've jerry-rigged that up with a little timer. And that's, keeping the waters.
And that was like, did you gain inspiration of that, I suppose, mechanism from anything, or you just I'm just going to try this?
I got sick of filling up or scooping the chicken crap out of the feeder. So, just sort of worked it out myself.
I mean, if it works, right?
Let's see if it works, it works.
It works, it works.
Yeah.
So you got the lawn out the back, chickens out the front. You've got a bit of a garden bed going at the moment.
Yep. So just finished. So our original garden bed was right up against the house, and we've got sort of wooden, I suppose, like a wooden bit that goes across. It was all starting to rot, so I needed to pull it out a bit.
Yep.
So I've extended the garden bed out as well. Turned out pretty good. Put some drippers down, like you recommended.
Yes.
First I put sprinklers in, and you said, nah, rip them out.
Yeah.
So I put some drippers down.
And I think we had that conversation like before I was in, I suppose, this world.
Yeah.
I always thought sprayers all the way, 100%.
Yeah.
And then Clint did an education training on drippers, and if they're set up correctly, like we said, there's just no better option.
Yeah, well, you're just watering bark if you're spraying sprinklers.
Well, and you're spraying the top of the leaf, and, there's arguments for and against about spraying the crap off the leaf and all that sort of shit. But, you know, I suppose if you get natural rainfall every now and then it does it for you, and you're keeping water in the soil. So,
it's worked out really well.
That's good. And the pizza delivery hasn't taken out the...
the delivery man did it once. I think it was there for about a month, and the delivery man came in and ran right over the new edging, so I had to replace it, which is...
Fucking hell. Send the bill to Domino's.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so chickens, lawn, garden.
Yep.
You've got... We were talking briefly off air about the ego stuff that you've got.
Yep.
What else is there?
What's on the go?
Yeah, what else is on the go?
Well, there's a few, I suppose, exciting things happening. So I've obviously been working at the Ego for a bit now. So they've got a few good releases coming out this year, which I'm hoping to be able to get my hands on.
Yep.
And then I've got to finish landscaping the front yard as well. We had a pest inspector come through that day, and he found some termites underneath some sleepers. So I'm going to have to rip all them up, which will be a nice big job.
What are you going to do, burn the sleepers, you reckon? Or?
Yeah, I'll probably just cut them up with firewood and burn them.
You got a wood heater or?
Yeah, we got,
Yeah. How good are they?
Yeah, it's the best. Love it. Best heat you can get, I reckon.
Yeah, I mean, at Mum and Dad's place, we had one, and they've still got it. And like, it's just a different type of warmth. It's like a burning warmth.
Yeah.
It's good. But then I remember coming home from footy, be like 6 degrees, but you walk in the front door and it's just you're greeted with this heat.
Yeah.
Do you go through much wood usually, or?
Yeah, we went through this year. We went out chopping twice, and I did 2, maybe 3.5 tandem trailers, a lot worth.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
What's that, 5 ton?
Yeah,
maybe?
probably. Yeah, about that.
That's pretty good. All red gum, or?
A bit of red gum, a bit of what else out there? So I go to a friend's farm, and she says,
Just go for it all.
Yeah,
I mean that helps. I think.
Yeah.
Just before we sold railways, I think red gum was at $5.50 a ton.
Yeah, well, and so our first, because we moved into the place, and like obviously I had no idea about wood fires, so we just ordered it.
Yeah,
and I was paying absolute buckets. For
Yeah, I remember when we first moved into where mum and dad live, it was like, old mate down the road, 60, 90 bucks a ton, and come out and deliver it and you'd talk for 20 minutes and now it's like, it's all transaction based. It's like, just drop it and see you later, on to the next one. But you're right, it is a different type of heat.
No, it's good.
And obviously no plans to take that out at all.
No. And we've got sort of an extraction system that pumps it out throughout the house.
Yeah.
So it doesn't out to the bedroom. So it doesn't make them really warm, but it sort of cuts the chill.
Yeah. And that's the biggest thing. I remember, you definitely feel it the nights. It would either go out early or you didn't get home early enough to put it on. So there's no point putting it on. So oh, that's cool. And then I suppose the one of the bigger projects this year is the irrigation.
Yep.
So
that's going to be huge.
Sort that out. Thanks to WaterPro for that.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's hopefully capture a lot of that process. It's obviously going to be difficult on your own. I know what it's like trying to film on your own. But
get it all down.
And you got that. It is a geo trencher.
Geo trencher. They sent me
big chainsaw looking thing.
It's a big Makita like concrete.
Yeah.
Saw, and he's put this. Well, it's a geo trencher, so it just cuts out trenches. Yeah. It is an absolute weapon. Like when I use it, I'm like, I'm gonna lose my legs.
I don't know how you'd say it, but is there like is there any sort of safety if it does grab your leg, or you're done for?
No, I think you're done for. I suppose you're letting go of the handle, so it's stopping. No, it's pretty. It's not actually. It's pretty safe.
Yeah. Okay. It's only as safe as the user, right?
That's it. Yeah.
So if you're not willing to do the right thing and be safe,
but it does very well cutting through some. I've used some real hard clay and cut through. So I think when it goes to the lawn, seen it through videos and it cuts real clean, which I think will make.
Yeah. Well, I mean that the biggest thing when I was trenching was mess.
Yeah.
And the neatness of the cut. So I mean, if you can keep the mess to either one side.
Yeah.
Or if it has the ability to do that, or or if it cuts a neat line, then there's half your
From
problem.
what I've seen, I haven't tried it on the lawn yet, but from what I've seen online, it cuts pretty neat on the lawn.
Is it a big trench, or is it like just a?
It's pretty. It's only
killer. So the recovery is not going to be long at all. Because I remember at Dad's place, the trench was like this big.
Yeah,
and it took a while for it to finally close over.
No, I think it'll be if we can get it in before the lawn stops growing. Yeah, it's colder, and then we should be okay. Hopefully.
Yeah.
How many weeks we got left, do you reckon?
Probably April.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll just having a look. April. Yeah, around Anzac Day. We'd have. I mean, it'll probably curve off quite quickly down your way, but
it gets cold pretty quick.
I don't know. Who knows? I mean, who knows what the weather's got for us the back end of this year, or the start of this year, but the back end of the season, anything can happen. So we've got a couple of comments here. We got Peter Gutty. Hello, Adam. Hello.
G'day.
South Aussie Garbo. He was safe. Link to tool shed from Skaysbrook. I've sent that. I've linked that. Bearded Sith. Favourite tool?
I was actually there the other day because I was going to do a post about what's been my favourite tool of the year. And I think I've got a Gardena, it's going to sound stupid, but a Gardena, thank you. Hose reel.
Yeah.
And it's going to sound stupid, but it's just the nozzle.
Yep.
I treat it like absolute shit.
And it works?
And it works all the time. Like the amount of times you go to Bunnings and you'll buy one and it will lose its spray.
Yeah.
This thing gets chucked around. It is, if you want a hose reel, there's a hot tip for the day.
Okay.
Go get one.
Well, there you go.
Unless WaterPro have a better.
I mean, WaterPro sell the Gardena stuff. Yeah. They've got a Orbit one as well, which we've got at Dry Creek, and it gets used like... Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me if it'd been run over by the forklift. Yeah. And that still works. So. Yeah.
And I lose it and then find it buried somewhere and it's still going. So.
God, your place sounds like Clint's apparently.
Yeah, no, it's a shit show sometimes.
Skaysbrook said I've followed. So make sure guys, if you want to follow the Tool Shed, make sure you jump on Instagram, have a look. I mean, his content, and we said this before, but like your content's a bit different to that scripted. I need to do this robotic. It's pretty real, like, and some of your stories, like I remember I remember you were hanging, won't mention the brand, but you were hanging shit on one of the spreaders and you were like, this is just a garbage spreader.
Yeah, it was.
Like,
Yeah.
It has a purpose, but for the purpose that
I needed, it was not.
it was not. So
to be fair, the same brand, the other spreader was a lot
the
better.
broadcast one,
was a lot better.
It's what Matt's got, and my mate's got one as well.
Yeah.
I mean, for the money, like you can get proper stand up, walk behind stainless steel frames like for $600-700,
Yeah.
but for the homeowner, and like we're talking about out there, that's not our market. Our market is homeowners with small yards. You know what I mean? So,
and I think that's what I like showing as well, like how you don't have to. I don't know. You don't have to splurge. You can get get by, and you can do it yourself.
Yeah, my missus just said she is taking notes. So. Thanks, Dale.
That's funny.
Nathan Skaysbrook, big question.
Yep.
Does he use roots and shoots in the garden?
Yeah, I have. Yep. Used it on the hedge out the front.
Yep.
With great success.
Yeah. Yep. People that are like, obviously Matt did 2,000 times the rate and had problems, but you stick within the label rate. Wet's my favourite product only because of what it does, but outside of that, it's roots and shoots.
I love it. I think that was the first thing I bought. Off you guys. And it blew me away how well it works. Good shit.
That's good. And then I'll just make sure because Instagram comments doesn't load through, so give me a sec.
Yeah.
Here we go. Turn the volume down. No, it doesn't say any comments, so that's good. That's really, really good. Outside of the gram, what does day-to-day life look like?
Well, I'm actually a teacher.
Yep.
By day-to-day.
Yep.
So that keeps me busy. I'm on holiday at the moment, which is nice, but I don't know, got 3 kids. That is pretty much all I do, run them around.
They play any sport or anything like that? No. So
everyone, when I moved to Horsham, everyone's like, you want to play footy? I was like, no, I can't be fucked.
Yeah.
No, thanks.
So what do they do on the weekends? They more so do stuff around the house or?
Yeah, well, the boys were doing Oz kicks, so we're doing that for a bit. That's all over now, which gives us a bit of a break. But just
be a bit too hot now to run around in.
Oh, they'll still do it.
Yeah, kids will be kids, right?
Yeah, that's it.
And then, so I suppose there's another question that's just come through. Do you use roots and shoots on the tomatoes?
No, I wouldn't put it on. Oh, no.
Not on the tomatoes, but I reckon as a soil, I use it in the soil.
Yeah, you probably could, yeah.
In like, I suppose, a watering can. I don't have a watering can because it diminished in the sun, but I just put it in an old Trojan bucket and tip it in. But, I mean, tomatoes don't really need much.
Nah, and I use very little fertilizers on any of my veggies.
Yeah.
If you've got, I don't know.
Good soil,
bit of chicken poo, bit of cow poo, and you're good.
There's a guy on YouTube called How to a Doc.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen him, but I reckon you'd love his channel.
Yep.
It's literally, I suppose, a little bit of what you're trying to do, just on the biggest of scales. He's got this own spring pond that he yields all his water from.
Yeah.
He does lots of soil stuff, lawn stuff.
Yeah.
Veggies, like I think he's full self-sufficient. I don't think he relies, only deliveries coming that he needs. So like he provides food for the deers and all that sort of stuff. But I reckon,
it's the way to go.
He's in Georgia from memory. So
I think it'd be establishing all that. It'd be sort of, and that's what I find when we moved out to the bigger place. It's your constant jobs you've got. And all of a sudden you got to go sit on the ride-on for 2 hours and row the back, and then I don't know. There's always something on the go.
Yeah,
and then it's hard to get your projects done that you want to do.
Yeah,
as well.
See, that's where he's got 2 staff.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
I need to hire someone. Anyone want to come work for the tool shed?
Yeah. Content, be great content. So, is there any jobs that you wish you could do more but you can't because of time? Like if there was one area that you could go, all right, I'm not worrying about any other sections of the property. It's just this one section I want to focus on. Yeah,
I'm extending the veggie garden out the back at the moment. So really, I'd love to. We've got, like I said, out the back is just an empty block pretty much. So sort of establish more of a garden out there would be great. Because at the moment it's just weeds and grass.
Yeah,
that I keep mowed down. So it'd be good to just sort of be able to be out there and have endless money to be able to,
Yeah.
establish it out there and use that space a bit more. Yeah. My wife wants a pool, but
Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
Well, yeah. Good memories though. I suppose you pay for the memories.
Yeah, that's it.
But yeah, where would the pool go? Like just further out the back? Or?
Well, my wife would love to put it near the back of the house, but that's right in the grass.
Yeah, that's where the lawn is. Can't touch the lawn.
That's not going to happen.
That's the straight. Hang on, is there a straight to jail?
Yeah.
There's a straight to jail one here.
We haven't had a good prime minister since John Howard.
No, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, straight to jail.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't kill the lawn.
No.
Can't kill the lawn. That's not allowed.
No.
There you go. Boo, yeah.
And she's driving back to Adelaide now, so hopefully she heard that.
Do you get much like any snakes out your place?
Yeah, we haven't, but people around us have.
Okay.
Had a mate down the road who found one, and he relocated it in a nice natural area. But yeah, we get a few lizards.
Yeah, I was going to say like blueies or stumpies.
Big blueies.
Yeah, and then usually the rule of thumb is you got blueies around, the brownies will stay away.
I found one the other day behind me, like I was out in the garden and turned around right behind me, scared the shit.
Yeah.
Like it was huge. And we get bearded dragons.
Yeah, okay.
And they run real quick.
Yeah.
The people that owned the house before us, he was in his shed and he's a big bloke, and one of them ran at him and he screamed like a girl and he booted it out of the shed.
Oh, God, that's funny.
Yeah.
All right, we've got a long question here from Kerry.
Yeah.
I've been getting others to cut my lawns as I work away a lot. Now my lawns have browned to the point that I'd rather long grass than shit lawn. I did a few runs over the lawn yesterday and hoping clumped uncorked grass would have contributed to my scrappy lawn. Any thoughts, please? Well, Kerry, the lawn out here at Lawnhub HQ has just gone through what your lawn, I think, has gone through. So if you're looking out from the building where I'm sitting, to the right-hand side, we've got a little lawn. So if you'd seen the recent YouTube video we put up, we worked mainly on the left-hand side, the larger area. The right-hand side had 150 mil of thatch in it. Like it was like the mower, like the Scotty turned off like 2 or 3 times because it got stuck.
Yeah.
Essentially, what happens when you grow a long lawn, or when you allow lawn to grow, the crowns will come up from the soil, and essentially the green part of the lawn gets like higher, but the browny part, the strawy part, gets taller as well. So that's obviously an exaggeration, but in some cases that may happen. Essentially what has happened is whoever's come through and cut it, whether it's yourself or the person you come to cut the lawn, has essentially cut the guts out of it, which is not a bad thing. It just means it's going to take a while for the lawn to recover. And then it's important from there to keep on top of the regular mowing. So the left-hand side of the lawn, the larger area now, has come back to about 80% recovered before we're going to top dress it next week. But it was brown, as you're describing here. You just got to keep on top of the mowing, regular watering. And if you haven't applied a fertilizer in the last 8 to 10 weeks, get an application of that down, and a wetting agent. Trojan and BBW, perfect for that sort of application. That's all we've put out the front here. And the right-hand side that was massively thatched up is starting to have some green shoots come through it. So, yeah, keep on top of the mowing, regular watering. But, yeah, mainly regular mowing. That's going to promote new lawn growth, green growth, and hopefully keep the lawn close to the soil and not allow it to come up. So, and that's common, especially at this time of year. We've had, I think Adelaide had some rain a few weeks ago, and then we had hot weather, so we had perfect conditions for growing lawn.
Yeah.
I remember last year you had a few storms come through.
Yeah.
You had one recently as well, didn't you?
Yeah, we had a big one come through in November, being December.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think it was the last rain we've had. Hasn't it?
Yeah, we haven't had any rain since then.
Very dry.
Do you record? Are you one of those people that record the rainfall in a book or anything like that? No.
I got a little rain gauge that I checked, but no. Nothing.
Yeah, because like obviously that guy Doc, he records his stuff and he can refer back and it's just interesting. Like rainfall, you know, people have their opinions. Clint has his opinions on how the rain falls, and
love to hear the opinions.
you know, but you know, the patterns. I don't like. There's this belief or this. Oh, I suppose it's a belief. I'm sure there's scientific proof behind it that on the planet at one time the water has never increased or decreased. So the amount of fresh water that is available on the planet has remained the same.
Yeah, I saw something about that the other day and like water bottles and water that's stored that's getting chucked or has been, you know, is not getting back into the cycle. So
it's interesting because obviously you talk about areas of drought. Like we had a massive drought here in Australia for a while, and you couldn't even look at water without it being illegal, you know, like straight to jail. You can't look at water, straight to jail sort of thing. And obviously the Murray was low, and I mean the Murray is still low in some areas, obviously not here in South Australia because we've got the locks in place. So there's always water flowing in the Murray here. But I remember when I first travelled, the first travelling memory I had, and we went past the Murray and I couldn't believe how low it was. And, you know, the Murray back here is a lot different. But but obviously those floods that we had up in Queensland 2 years ago that brought all that water down, and the billions and billions and billions of tons of carp as well. So,
that have come through.
You know, here we go. So Kerry replied, "Thanks, mate. Just was concerned that the uncut grass, i.e. dumped and left on the lawn, actually destroyed it. Nah, it'll just go yellow. But obviously, if you can, it's all like, obviously we've had Dan from the Green and Gold Life on. He's a mulch mower, but I always encourage people to take their clippings where possible. Obviously, if it's to the point where you're having big clumps, I would strongly suggest either just pulling them by hand or going over them again with the mower just to collect them. Like we mulch mowed out the front here on the larger lawn during the week because, you know, the amount coming off was minimal. Like it wouldn't even filled half a catcher if we kept the catcher on. But when you're talking clumps, you want to remove that. Jason Kremer, can I spray NSFW on a lawn I've overseeded? Seed's been down 6 weeks. I'd strongly advise against that at this point. You want to hold off for at least 12 weeks. Or if the lawn's still not great in 12 weeks and you plan to do another overseed when that following overseed is established and fully growing, because NSFW has an active in it, which is diflufenacin, which inhibits cell production in the soil of seeds. So that's just something you want to be careful of. And that's a common question that we get, and it's a reason why products like NSFW are far more expensive than, not far more expensive, but a little bit more expensive than other herbicides available because of the residual effect it has in the soil. So that's why it's also a broadcast spray and not a spot spray. So you want to spray it over the whole lawn. Essentially, you're going to get a little bit more control over weeds popping up in your lawn elsewhere. So we've also had some come through on Instagram. Okay. All right. Man About Shed. Do you know Man About Shed?
I do, yeah. That'll be Ryan. What's he got to say?
Besides lawn, is there actually anything exciting to do in Horsham?
Nah, fuck all.
That's good.
Nah, there's plenty to do. You got the Grampians near.
Yeah, well, are they still on fire?
It's still burning. Not as bad, but I think they're expecting that to burn for a while.
Because I was in the Grampians in August on holidays. I like the second time being in the Grampians.
Yeah, it's a good spot.
Bloody love it there.
And they just had fires go through not too long ago as well. So
yeah, they did. That's right. Because I remember we stayed at Hall's Gap and we come up and over like terminology. I don't know exactly the spots, but it's felt like we come up that main road out of Hall's Gap, come over the hill and on the other side, and that's all the burnt out area.
Yeah, through like Dadswell's Bridge there where the big koala is.
Yeah, through there.
But now it's sort of gone. It's out the other side now, so not good.
I mean, there's always two sides to a story. There's always two, 3, 4, 5 million opinions, but I'm not up to date on how this fire started. But there seems to be a lot of push on social media about the proper use of a backburn and all that sort of stuff. So again, I'm not up to date whether that's potentially one of the causes. There was
it's pretty. I don't know.
It was dense. When I was there in August, it was dense.
And it's dense and dry as well.
Well, it would be now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was a bit wet back then, but
Yeah.
it was still dense.
Yeah.
Like, and that's what happened out here in the Pineries fire and the Chain of Ponds fire that we had out here about 5-6 years ago. Like, there was just no backburn.
Yeah.
And that backburn was a bushfire that went, was Sam out here, one of the workers here for Lawnhub. He was part of the he is part of the CFS, and he said he'd never seen the speed on a fire like that ever before.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not fully up to date with the information and that, but I think sometimes there's either a government gets in and they're too far one side and they're not willing to meet in the middle. I think as long as they can, if there was a mistake made, they learn from the mistakes.
Yeah,
this is all. Hang on, where is it? Here it is.
That one?
Not financial advice.
Not financial advice. Yeah. But I mean, hopefully they can come out the other side and it's all not too much. I suppose property is lost again.
I think only one house.
Okay.
Last I heard was one house, a bit of farm property, and a couple of sheep, a couple of thousand sheep. But
I mean that's a tough one, the livestock, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
You can't.
And that's what's hard. Like it's all like you're the Granby's National Park, and all around it's all farmland.
Yeah.
So anything that blows out.
Because livestock. If you've got 1,000 sheep, 1,000 head of sheep on the property, you're not going to go and get them. Unfortunately,
No, nothing you can do about that.
It's not how it works. So
not good.
Mick Levin 14 or McLeven. I'm dyslexic as fuck, so it's amazing I get through some days. What's the best way to remove the ant molds that reappear after every mow? Well, you got a couple of options. Got 3 options. You can just leave them. Obviously, in this case, you don't want to.
Yep.
So something containing fipronil, so like Surefire fipronil or Monarch G, they're gonna target the ants. If you're looking for a liquid, Surefire 5-star, which is bifenthrin, will smoke the ants. Absolutely smoke the ants. If you're going to do that, I would apply a 5-star with a wetting agent like wet, spray it over the whole lawn area, water it in. Just be mindful if you've got pollinating bees around the place, probably 5-star's not the product. But again, it's all in the label. But those are your options. Leave it or a chemical option. Outside of that, you could flood the area in that section over and over, but then
They're just going to move.
they'll just move and hopefully they'll move elsewhere. But again, ants are a tough one because they travel some distance sometimes. But if they're coming up in the lawn, then obviously I suppose their home or their nest is underneath.
Well, we had big enchants in the backyard, and the nest was right up the back of the block, so they were travelling a fair bit.
Yeah, they're taking out all the food from their area and they're coming towards the house.
That's it.
Christopher Sullivan 100. Are dog rocks the best solution to stopping dog pee burning, killing the grass?
Oh, it's a pain.
Look, if you have a female dog, you pretty much just have to deal with it.
Yep.
I've quite open about this, but I have spoken to my vet about this, and it's all about balanced diet and plenty of fresh drinking water. My dog has both, and she's still
Same.
She still fucks my lawn.
Yeah.
So we've talked about it, and we'll continue to talk about it to death. Irrigation in the morning to try and wash it in and dilute it as much as you can. If you see your dog go to the toilet, wash it in with water or little solution of roots and shoots, or train your dog to go to the toilet somewhere else, which is not always easy. But dog rocks, look, I've used dog rocks in the past. I didn't feel that they'd help my situation. My mate used to use them, and he felt as though that they did. But obviously, each situation is going to be different. Each experience is going to be different. I just think start with the basics. Plenty of fresh drinking water and a balanced diet, whether that's a dry balanced diet or a wet balanced diet. The other thing the vet mentioned to me was basically when you look at a dog, if you're buying dry food and you look at the back of the bag of the ingredients, whatever the first ingredient listed is what they first use. And she said to always try and use a bag that had meat, a form of meat, whether it's beef, chicken, lamb, or whatever. Because
not sawdust.
Not sawdust or grains. Don't know why, but that's what she told me. And she's the vet.
Yeah.
She was the one that done her qualification. But again, I'd tried that, and it's just female dogs, especially I got a Staffy, female Staffy. Yeah, you up shit creek without paddle.
Yeah, I found the best way to fix it up though is I get like a little rake out the dead stuff, and just dump sand on it. Yeah, and then water it in. Tends to come back pretty quick. It's a pain.
Yeah. I wish that there was an easier option. The other thing you can do is probably go to the vet. I don't know if you're really pedantic on it, you can go to the vet, get your dog's urine tested maybe, and just see what's so high. See if you can balance it out.
That'll cost you thousands.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Like, I don't know what pet insurance pays for these days, but obviously it's a non-regulated type industry, so you can pretty much
charge what you want.
So.
We're in the wrong game. Should be vets.
Naj S. Slade. I've probably butchered that. How do you know if you need to dethatch? Or the easiest way to tell is if you walk along the lawn and it feels like you're floating or sinking. That's number one. Your easiest sign. The second one is if you water the lawn, say 2 or 3 times a week, and the lawn still looks yellow, means the water's not getting through the thatch layer, which can cause disease, etc., etc. And thirdly, when you can physically pull the lawn apart and it's all matty underneath, that's when you know you need to dethatch. And sometimes you don't need to fully dethatch. You can just do a height of cut reset. So if you cut your mower on a 5 and you take it down to a 1 or a 2, they'll just reset it, pull all the crap out, continue business as usual, the lawn will come back. SJ0192, when do I aerate my lawn? You can aerate your lawn any day,
whenever you want.
Any day of the week, preferably after 7 a.m. and before maybe 6 p.m. For the kids that go to bed early. 365 days a year you can aerate. If outside of that, when to aerate is if you're looking for when to do it in terms of my lawn's not looking too good, is when your lawn is, or when your soil is hard and compacted and it's not accepting water even with the use of a wetting agent. That's probably another good when. Tyson PH, how soon is too soon to scarify the lawn after applying Trojan and BBW? You just want to make sure that the Trojan and BBW is broken down.
Yep.
When you can't physically see it anymore, go for it.
Yep.
And then another question here from SJ0192. How do I fix patches in my lawn and how do I measure how much water goes on my lawn? Now, SJ, that how much do I measure, like how do I measure the water goes on, how much water goes onto the lawn? There is a reel, I think it's live on our Instagram at the moment, of Clint talking about this. He's much more educated and can give a much better description, a much clearer description on how it works. I know how it works up here, but it gets lost in translation. My explanation of it is garbage, but Clint can talk about it. He does. There's a reel. If it's not on Facebook or Instagram, I'm pretty sure it's on YouTube. So if it's on that, it should be on the others. Yep. And how do I fix patches in my lawn? That all depend. Are they dog weed patches? Are they bear patches because that's where a weed was and now it's died? Or is your lawn generally patchy? Core aeration will definitely help with that, like your first question. And then, regular mowing, regular fertilizing, regular watering. Like, lawns are quite simple creature, and it's only going to react to the surroundings around or whatever's happening around. So if it's hot weather, then Matt talked about it before when he was on the podcast about, how much moisture comes out of the soil, how much you need to replenish, a bit like our bodies. If you're a marathon runner and you expel all these calories, well, then you need to replenish those calories. No different to the lawn. So where can I listen to this podcast after the live? That was SJ0192. You can listen to it on YouTube. It's straight onto YouTube. Straight onto YouTube after. Yeah, so you go to the live tab. You just got to go to the past lives.
Cool.
All right. Oh, geez, we've had lots of comments come through on the restream, which is good. Yeah, 2019 was the Pinery 5, so yeah, 6 years ago.
There you go. Yep.
I was close. All right, so Kerry replied, mate, you guys are awesome. Thanks so much for your help. I know a little, but not a lot. Thanks, mate. No worries. That's what we're here for. Yeah, and I suppose, Clint and I say it all the time. You guys is what brings us to work every day. So if it wasn't for you, there'd be no us. So thank you. Levi Parker, does NSFW work on nutgrass? It keeps shooting up everywhere, even though the weed mat I just laid for my new path. Levi, I have my own opinions on weed mat. I've fucking tried and I've tried, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't rate it.
I understand it has a place. I get that. It wouldn't exist and be so popular if it didn't have a place, right?
Yep.
I just can't get it to work. And does NSFW work on nutgrass? No, it won't. You need Halo Force, which is a herbicide that will specifically target nutgrass. Halo methylfuryl ethyl or something like that. Halo Force. That's what it is. Peter, hi Adam. I've used Mini Pill.
Here it is. Back in stock.
We'll talk about this in a little bit. Actually, that's a nice little step for my foot at the moment. And the wetting agent. Now, do I now use Roots and Shoots or NSFW? You can use Roots and Shoots 7 to 14 days after the Mini Pill application. And NSFW you only need to use if you've got weed presence. It's not something that you need to use like a pre-emergent. You only use NSFW when weeds are present. And if they are, and they're the ones that NSFW will target, you can do it 10 to 12 days after the Mini Pill application. So the weeds are actively growing. So when you spray NSFW, the weeds are going to actively take up the chemical from NSFW. Kerry, isn't the urine nitrogen enriched? It is. It's urea rich, which is a nitrogen source. So essentially you're over applying fertilizer.
Yep.
Yeah, that's essentially what's happening. So
So should we be bottling it?
Well, it'd probably be a bit stinky. And I guess I think the other thing is because it's not made in a lab as such, you're unable to trace I suppose if you collected enough of it, sampled it, you get an analysis.
Yeah, we could.
And then you could be like a 8500.
Maybe that could be the next product.
Maybe. Fuck, imagine putting that through your spray. That'd stink. I'm sure in a world that's not a first world country, that's probably a source of fertilizer that they could use.
Yeah. I
just think we're a bit spoiled for choice here
I wouldn't be.
In Australia.
I wouldn't be bottling it.
No, absolutely not. Oh, Jesus, Nathan Scasebrook. What's the best way to keep my neighbours from playing on my wife's coochie?
Lock your doors.
Lock the doors or maybe let it grow out.
Yep.
Maybe some untamed.
Could be.
Yeah, I'm not sure. And Josie, Mini Pill being back in stock. Yes, it is back in stock. Thank you, Josie. So, yes, Mini Pill, 23,011 plus 2.5% FE. Is iron. I don't know. Are you on the lawn pages on Facebook?
Yes.
There was a thing about what was it? Granuled iron being a scam, but people need to understand that the elements available for lawns to take up are only accessible when the conditions present themselves, right? Yep. So that's why there's products that you can use like humic and fulvic acid that unlock locked up nutrients in the soil because of other factors. So a chemical reaction that's happening in the soil, pH levels, higher levels of other things, lower levels of other things. Essentially, I suppose there's so many things that are in the soil that the lawns don't take up because they can't. Mm-hmm. And there's so many things in the soil the lawns can take up, which they do, or they don't because it's just not how it happens. Yep. And I say it all the time, like more doesn't equal more better. And just by putting lots of stuff down doesn't necessarily mean you're going to have a great result. But yes, Mini Pill is back in stock. So perfect for the lawns that are shortcut. So like, I put it on my putting green out the front. I don't use it out the back. There's absolutely no need to use it out the back because of the kike, and it's like at 50 mil because of the dog. Water it in straight after application. We got a ton in, which makes 200 buckets, and I reckon we've gone through about 80 or 90, maybe close to 100 already. So after this, I'm not sure when the next batch will come in. If you're after some, the people that were fortunate enough to get it through Black Friday
Did well.
We sold all that stock, just like the solo sprayers in 8 minutes. Sold all the solo 414s in 8 minutes, and we had fucking lots of them. So, we got some back in stock now, but they went bloody crazy. Just too many patches of my dog piss that makes it look shit. Yeah, unfortunately. If you can try and get the dog to piss in one area, then you have only one bad spot. Yeah. Rather than many.
And that's what mine do. Mine pee in the same spot, which is also where the kids' swings are. So it's like high trampled area. So I need to move the swings.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you enjoy moving the swings each time?
I've moved in a while, and we've got a big monkey bar thing as well. Yeah. And you can't move that, but the lawn does all right under it, actually.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. It's in a good spot, though, because it's in a good spot.
For the sun as well?
For the sun, yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, some of the people that, unfortunately have shaded impacted areas, and they go and they read these things online and say, oh, this product or this lawn is shade tolerant. You really do need sunlight. Yep. That's how a lawn grows. It photosynthesizes from the sun. So, and Kerry just wrote here, 3 for 59 India batting. Yes, I've been watching it somewhat closely today. Wish I could watch it more, but I've been busy. Just check if there's anything else here. Cool. Any hobbies outside of the tool shed and your tomatoes and the lawn?
No, not really. No? I don't know. Nothing exciting.
No. I asked you before if you're into the cricket, and you said not really.
No, not really.
Into the footy?
A little bit.
Who do you follow if you were?
I had to pick. Well, when I was here, I said Crows by default. But when I moved to Victoria, everyone was like, "Who do you follow?" And so I picked Freo. Yeah. Mostly to piss off my mother-in-law because she wanted me to go for St Kilda. Yeah. So I've gone with that, and I've gone hard. Yeah. So every time it comes up, it's Freo.
It's Freo.
Freo, just to really grind the gears. And then I signed up to the Tassie Devils just as another little...
So, Tassie Devils, right?
Yeah.
Do you think they should have been called the Tassie Devils?
What else would you call them?
Well, my angle from this, right, is that you've got the Adelaide Crows, Port Adelaide Power, Freo Dockers, West Coast Eagles. There's no state.
Yeah, true.
There's only cities or towns.
Yep.
So, St Kilda, Geelong, Collingwood, Richmond,
so it should be like
Carlton,
the Hobart Devils,
or the Launceston Devils.
Yep.
I really thought that was quite odd that they went. Well, obviously they had that trademark case with Warner Brothers because Tassie Devil was already trademarked.
Yep.
So I just thought they would have just went down the same route that 17 other teams have gone.
I've not thought of that.
Yeah, that was the first thing I thought of. And that's just how my brain works. I'm cryptid like that.
Is there? I don't know, is there lots of competition between cities in Tasmania? Do they hate each other? And is this going to bring them together?
Don't know.
Yeah,
Don't
know. I've never been to Tasmania.
I've been to Tasmania once. It's a beautiful part of Australia. Yep. We went in... When did we go? Before Christmas. Everything was so green.
Yeah, I'd love to
all
go.
The lawns there that we played on were all ryegrass, so they were all striped up and they looked really good.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Yeah, it just rained and there was snow on Mount Wellington.
Oh, yeah.
And it was summer or spring. And I was like, this is ridiculous.
Get me out of here.
So cold up there. I don't know. They've obviously committed to Tassie Devils because...
Can't go back now.
Because what was their membership at like last time? It was huge, wasn't it? They exceeded what they thought they were going to do.
Yeah, I think I signed up. I think it was like $15.
Yeah.
And I don't know, they've got heaps. I don't know what it is now.
Look
it up.
Have a look. What is it? Tassie Devils. There we go.
Because have they locked in the stadium, like where they're putting it, and where has that?
No idea.
Yeah, because that was the thing. They don't even know if they'd locked that in yet.
Oh, our admin will be offline until the holiday period is finished. No such thing. Oh, they've got a podcast.
No.
The heart of it. Oh, there's heaps of podcasts. Oh, Jesus. I don't know. I'm lost. This website's shit. Tasmania Devils membership numbers. Here we go.
How much?
The AFL's 19th team smashed its initial target of 40,000 founding members by October within 2 hours of announcing its colours, name and mascot in March.
There you go.
Reached 150,000 within just 4 days and are now about to become only the sixth sporting club on the planet to have more than 200,000 members.
Join up.
At $15.
15 bucks.
Like,
You could sign up twice.
it's not like, paying out of the ringer for it.
Yeah, that's it.
But, no, that's good.
Yep, we'll see.
So, was there any other options or it was just a $15 one?
Well, I think you could pay, was it $10 and you got like a sticker? And if you pay the extra $5, you got more stickers.
Okay.
We'll go more stickers.
All right, so if we just go 200,000 times by 15, that's $3 million. So,
yeah, for a bunch of stickers.
I mean, what's a stadium cost? Like 60 million. So they're getting there.
They'll get there.
Oh shit, that's funny.
That's good.
So Freo,
Yep.
how are they going to go this year? Do you watch them avidly, or you just say that you go?
No,
for
I just
Freo?
say.
Yeah.
I'll watch it if it's on and I'm in the same room.
But other than that,
Nah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, who do you go for?
I'm Adelaide, man.
Yeah.
And Crows, man. Me and my missus signed up for. Well, this year we sort of said we try and go to. Oh, I've just lost all the chat. Oh shit.
Gone.
Oh, well, if you were chatting to me in the chat, gone now. Sorry, you'll have to retype your question. Sorry.
Try again.
Fuck, what happened there? Yeah, anyway, we try and go to a few games a year, and then, like this year, I was like, or last year, I was like, fuck it, let's become members.
Yeah.
Like, fuck it. So,
Yeah. And see, my boys are both mad Bombers fans.
yeah.
So they're pretty keen to go this year. So
I mean, how far is Horsham from the CBD, Melbourne?
4 hours?
Yeah, that's quite a drive, isn't it? Is there any trains down there?
Yeah, you have to go to Ballarat
Yeah.
first and then jump on there. We've done that a few times.
Yeah, I can see how that would be a...
And people do, people drive, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We'll drive to Ballarat, catch a train, watch the game, come back out.
I remember when we went because a holiday, we went from home to Bendigo. We spent a few nights in Bendigo.
Yep.
It's a beautiful place, Bendigo.
Yeah, Bendigo's nice.
Very underrated.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
Was not expecting that when I rocked up.
No, it's nice. It's a good spot.
The people were nice. The caravan park we stayed at was very nice. I never even, went and did the gold tour and stuff at the mine there.
Yeah.
And then we went from Bendigo to Geelong.
Yep. Across.
Yeah, it would have been. I don't remember going. Oh, no, Bendigo to Bright.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Bendigo to Bright. So we went to the snow. Where I'm getting at with this story is when we went from Bright to Geelong, that's a, 6-hour drive or whatever.
Big,
It was a bit longer with the caravan on the back. But we left Bright, and within an hour or two, you started to see all these cars with all these, I think Collingwood and West Coast were playing. And there was just
Streams of them.
There was streams of Collingwood supporters 4 or 5 hours out from Geelong.
Yeah.
Obviously, Geelong's an extension down from Melbourne. If you're not aware, we bypass the city on the highway. But I was like, yeah, it's phenomenal. There's people travelling 4 hours. And so, when you said that, I definitely believe it.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, Alicia Turner, she's the Hide a Cut merchandise. She said, Bendigo, come visit my lawn. Yeah, well, I'll definitely be back to Bendigo. Yeah.
Good spot.
Yeah, I'll have to come check it out, Alicia. Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, 4 hours there, 4 hours back, it's an 8 hour round trip.
Yeah, it is,
That's a fucking big day, especially if you're taking the kids with you.
I'm not looking forward to driving home on Monday.
Yeah.
That's 5 hours.
Well, there shouldn't, I mean, not going that way, there shouldn't be too many people.
Yeah, it's
maybe.
just the trucks.
Yeah,
Trucks are
the
less
trucks, yeah.
I reckon
well.
more and more, I reckon.
All right. What's your best lawn hat, boys? I just wear this one. I've got a big wide brim at home. I've got an Australia Day sombrero as well.
Yeah.
That sometimes gets brought out, but
Yeah, I've just got I think it's from Kmart, little
Yeah.
wide brim hat. Very hard to find a hat that fits my head. It's
Big head?
Big head.
bit like Clint. He's got a fucking big head.
Yeah, actually, the Lawnhub hats, was it the flexi ones?
These ones?
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Only cap that fits my head.
Yeah, well, yeah, because he got large and extra large, and then there was mediums and smalls.
Yeah.
Or mediums and larges. Yeah, my head don't fit his fucking big hat.
Yeah.
But,
Well, I'm in his big jumpsuit here.
yeah, well, it's funny I suppose for comparison. Unfortunately, when the boss man wears that jumpsuit, some of the buttons are working overtime. So.
Got a bit of space. Didn't do that bad at Christmas.
Yeah, good Christmas.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ate fucking.
Well, we drove Christmas Day.
Yeah, was there many people on the road Christmas Day? No.
If you're going to drive
Yeah.
Christmas Day.
Yeah, okay.
It was sort of busy between some of the towns, like people going
Yeah.
places, but yeah, once you got going, it was easy trip.
Skaysbrook said Lawnhub wide brim hats next.
Yeah.
Izzy, you got your Water Pro hat? Your wide brim? No, I was going to say I could show them, but yeah. The trouble with hats is, as you found, not all hats fit people's heads, and unfortunately, with merch, especially like shirts, not so bad. You can just buy multiple sizes, but like hats, unfortunately, you got to try and find one that's size fits all. You know what I mean? So, all right, what else we got here? So, hobbies, just the garden. So, your garden. What's the end goal? To be sufficient out of it to a point, or just to, I suppose, just continue the hobby, just continue learning?
Yeah, continue learning. I think that's been the fun bit about it. I've just sort of been able to chip away and give things a go, and if it hasn't worked, try something else.
Yeah.
The amount of trees that we planted and they died.
Yeah. Why do you think that?
Didn't water them.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. That's a good start.
Because our council had they were selling little tube stock trees, like natives. I think I bought maybe 300. They're like, I think they were 50 cents each or something. And I reckon maybe less than 100 survived.
Yeah, okay.
I probably didn't plant them all too. But some of them some took off.
Yeah. Is there something and like I've talked about it before, like microclimates and stuff like that. Is there something that you've read online or read in a book somewhere and then gone, I'll try that, and it didn't work, but then you've changed sort of, so you've gone, instead of digging them 300 mil, I've dug them 400 mil at my place and results are better? Or like I suppose experiments is sort of, have you experimented much out in the garden?
Yeah, no, actually I did on our hedge out the front. I sprayed half of them, and I was meant to film it and I never got around to it, but I sprayed half the hedge with roots and shoots and the other half, and you could tell which one had it and which didn't. And still now, those 4 that I sprayed are the stronger plant compared to the other ones.
Well, I mean, that's, again, we talk about it all the time, but that's what the label says it will do, and, it does. And like I was showing you before, our shrubs versus our neighbour shrubs, like it's chalk and cheese, night and day, the difference.
Yeah.
You look after them, you put the right products in.
They'll grow.
Skaysbrook said, have you joined Lawnhub Legends group yet on Facebook?
Yes.
Yes, he has. Yes, you have, yeah.
Yeah, I have.
All right, Alicia said, these are good for a big head. All right, so Alicia has got some bucket hats on Height of Cut apparel. I'm not going to click it, because if I click it, I'll lose the chat. Because I think that's what I did last time. But let's fuck it. Let's just go for it. We did it. All right, we clicked the link.
Have a look.
Bucket hat. Oh, yeah. Just a normal bucket hat.
Have a look. Oh, yeah. Yep, that'll fit.
I've got, my missus hates it when I wear, I've got this Fraser Island bucket hat and I only wear it when I'm on holidays.
Yeah.
Because I don't want people, like, you know when you can tell someone's on holidays when you see him?
Yeah.
Like, I want to be that guy.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, he's on holidays. Look at that fucking stupid hat he's wearing.
Actually, I got a hat from, I won't mention the store, but it's big and green and everywhere. And that fits my head too.
Yeah.
So if you need a hat as well.
That hat, I've got one. That's the wide brim one I was talking about.
Oh no,
And
this is like a little bucket hat.
Oh, a little bucket hat.
Yeah, but it's a big,
Yeah, okay.
It's someone I know works there and she sourced a big one for me.
Yeah. Oh. Good on her.
Yeah, no, there you go.
Right. I remember that. I think if it's the obviously it's the same shop that we're talking to, and before, cut the guts out of it and just wear the brim. I remember the first time I wore my Lawnhub t-shirt out in public.
The amount of looks you get.
Yeah.
People look at you like you have an OnlyFans account.
Yeah. Well, you know, and we went to a big shed hardware store.
Yeah.
And the staff lined up and they wanted a photo with it because they'd never seen it before. And then
That's gold.
2 years later, we're starting getting letters from them. So I think they do know of us now.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, that's it.
I remember I've got this Lawnhub jacket that I wear during winter. It's just like in the zip up with a little logo here. And for a very long time, like I'd be filling up at the servo and people would like double check.
Yeah,
and I'm like, what the fuck's this bloke looking at? And, and then it's like, oh, and I get it because it is an adjustment to some people, but obviously to us it's just like in our product names, like they're a bit of tongue in cheek, bit of fun.
Yeah.
We talk about them like they're nothing, but to someone that's just discovered the brand and they're like, oh,
that's pretty funny. Yeah,
can't say that.
Yeah. And I've had a lot of conversations with people about the fact that the names that are funny. Yeah. And that's what's
and then
got them there.
Because you could always flip it on them and go, yeah, well, it's three-way. It's got 3 trace elements in it. Like, what are you talking about?
What else are you going to call it?
Roots and shoots. Yeah, it's good for the roots and it's good for the shoots.
That's it.
Like wet. Well, it's a wet product. It's a wetting agent. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. And like you can really play it back on them and that. Yeah, Skays just wrote here. I wore my Lawnhub hat to a festival and got stopped by everyone for pictures and photos. Yeah.
Good one. There you go.
So I mean it's a nice logo.
Yeah.
Team's done well there. Sorry, I think we got sidetracked there. So is there any other experiments or anything that you've done or you want to try? I suppose like A and B testing, we call it in the media world, don't we, Izzy? So like
I don't know. On like in lawn or just in general?
Anything like just in the garden, in the lawn, soil, trying stuff in the soil.
Yeah, I don't know. I do need, as I said before, like it's very hard clay at the back. So I need to find a way of sort of breaking it down. And so whether I put some gypsum in it, see if that sort of helps it out. Because I've tried it before, but it just doesn't.
Just the soil mending just takes so long.
Yeah. And I've got like where I've extended out, like with my pumpkin patches at the moment, like I've put in so much like green matter in it and it's got chicken poo and horse and it's just, and as soon as it dries up, as soon as it gets dry, it goes rock hard again. So again, coming back to How to Doc, he talks about microbial fungi and how it interacts with the soil, creates constant nutrients and biology and active soil and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, I saw something the other day when you I did with my broccoli. Like when your plants are done, you cut them and leave your roots in the ground. Yeah, because all that microbiological stuff's all in there. And that sort of doesn't disrupt it and helps the soil as well. Yeah, well, I mean, in theory, it makes sense. It makes sense, right? Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I'm like, it'd be cool. Like, obviously, if you had the time, it'd be good to like do plots and stuff. Like, I've always had this vision of having larger properties, something the size of your property, and if I had the time, like, do different test patches of different lawns. Like not big, maybe 2 by 2 square meters, like just, little things like that. Yeah. Because that's one of the things that
has been brought up before is that, you know, we're in South Australia. We don't have the climate that, say, North Queensland does. And we can't replicate that here.
No.
But, you know, being told that not so much our experiences don't count, because they do, because, you know, we have such a large customer base, vastly approaching 100,000 orders, that we need to, you know, the experiences that we have are relevant to our customers.
Yep.
Unfortunately, when you start talking far North Queensland, like, that's just different world.
Yep.
Like, you know what I mean? We don't see that type of rain. We definitely don't see the humidity.
No.
And if we do see the humidity, everything gets diseased because it's not used to it. You know, like, we went to the Daintree a couple of years ago, and like, it was humid, but there was just the fungus that was around were mushrooms, not like Pythium, not dollar spot, not, you know, it was just all different.
All different stuff.
Skaze has written here, do a trial of liquid versus granular powdered gypsum.
Good one.
Maybe.
Give it a go.
Yeah, I mean, gypsum in small quantities is going to do fuck all. We're talking mass, bringing mass in, turning the soil over, introducing it, because gypsum can, like, they do use it on golf courses and obviously in golf greens and stuff. And what it does when it, in the volumes that it's required, great product. But I just don't think going to a hardware store and grabbing a 1 litre hose on bottle is going to fix. Your bloody, your
100 square metre veggie patch.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Seth Jackson, how do you measure how much water you put down from the sprinkler? Seth, again, we had a very similar question before. Clint explains this much better than what I could even possibly imagine. But I suggest maybe going back on our Facebook. It was definitely on Instagram, I think, of him talking about it. If you have MP rotators or R-vans or gear-driven sprinklers, it's a lot easier to measure if you have a dome sprinkler or the wobble tees, and you got to pull them around. Something like Nathan Scazebrook has written here, catch cups. If you don't want to spend the money on buying catch cups or catch cans from an irrigation supplier like WaterPro, a little tip is if you can go get tuna cans, and that replicates about 25 mil roughly. Just go place them around the area and record them and measure them, and then you can see how much goes out. That's a little tip, but other than that, Clint's, I can talk about fertilizer application and all that sort of stuff a lot easier than water, unfortunately. Again, I can understand it up here, but explaining it properly is not my forte.
What do you think? Do you want to talk about the irrigation?
Yeah, so, we just went tangents there. Told you we'd go on tangents.
The way you mentioned it?
Yeah, so we've got, I'll see if I can get it up.
Yep.
Because have you even seen the design yet?
No, nothing.
God, they really kept that under wraps. So, so this came. How did it even come about? I think he asked about it in the podcast, and then Clint.
No, I reckon Clint a while back messaged me and he said, "Do you have any use for irrigation?" And I said, "Yep." And he wrote, "Email me."
Oh, that's right.
And I emailed him.
He never got back to
and he left me on red.
That doesn't sound like Clint at all.
No, not at all. Like that. Because at the moment, all I've got is, so we've got grey water lines running under the lawn, but I think most of them are blocked because you can't flush them down the other end because it's been concreted over. And then, so I just water with a good old wobbler sprinkler because that's what our pressure is. So,
and I suppose to give a bit of context, when you sent through your pressure and flow test, it was worse than mine, which is I thought was impossible.
Was it 200?
It was just shit.
Was it 200 PSI?
I've got it here.
KPA, whatever it was?
It was 2.
And that was at the mains.
Which is so bad. Like, is your pressure in the house is obviously no good as well?
It's not bad.
It's not bad, but it's not great.
Well, not that I didn't notice it until, like, it's worse out out the backyard. I don't know. There's one tap on the other side of the house that does get a right pressure.
Yeah.
And I can only run one wobble sprinkler out the back at a time, but there's one tap there that I can run 2 off. So so then you're getting more pressure off that one.
Okay.
But I don't know.
See, yeah, because the system duty here is, I think, the system duty that the pump requires.
Mm-hmm.
So I know you've sent it to me as well.
I want to say it was 200.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure Cole. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, 200 kPa static at the meter. Yeah, that's worse than mine. So yeah, obviously an irrigation system, regardless on how little heads you put on it, unless you wanted like a 30-stage system, like it's just not, like it's not valuable. No. It's not viable. So pump and tank was the only option in order for you, obviously, to have irrigation.
Yep.
The fortunate part is you already had a tank.
Yep.
That it's not being used, or it just sits there.
No, it's used only to the shed. Like only the shed collects off it. Yeah.
Okay. So like other than that, like you'd drain from it and put it in the veggie patch.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That's all I use it for. Yeah.
So really a real low use tank.
Yep.
Obviously, there's other places out there that've got tens and thousands of litres, but this one's only 4,500 litres.
Yes.
Yeah. So just enough. And like if you've got existing stuff and you don't need to, go out and invest into, a 10,000 litre tank, for example, then we'll make the system to suit 4,500 litre tank. So the team at WaterPro have designed this system to run off of the 4,500 litre tank. And one cycle will use about, I think, was it 4,000, just under 4,000 litres.
Yeah.
So essentially what Andrew will need to do is that once the cycle has been completed, you'll just need to top it up. Now we're in discussions on having that automated, but for now it'll probably just be manual until we can get the specifics, because we need obviously proper
where it all is,
dimensions and where everything all is in order for it to work. And the more detail that comes in, the better design you're going to get. So basically, where are we? Here we are. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 sprinklers. So 2 zones, 9 sprinklers, 1 pump, 1 main line, 2 valves, and a valve box. So I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see from there, but so you can obviously see the darker blue areas. So you see the crossover, and like Matt was saying before, if you throw 2 ahead, you got to throw back to the head. Cross. So essentially, with 2 cycles of this per week is going to give you your desired 25 mil of irrigation. And it's going to be better than
a wobble
there
sprinkler
with the wobbles, but it's going to give you more controlled application. It means that once you apply something, you can just turn the controller on and
water it in properly,
forget, and see you later.
That's what I need. I think that's the hard bit as well. When I'm always very conscious about being able to water things in, especially with dogs and kids. And when I'm using the wobblers, not like if I'm putting down a pre-emergent, you want to. Do you know what I mean? I want to water it in properly.
Absolutely, yeah.
And so I almost, not overwater it, but
just get it in. Yeah, get it done.
Because I'm not confident that it's getting watered in properly.
Yeah. So you've got 2 zones. One zone uses 27.64 litres a minute. The other one uses 26.9. So round it up to 28 litres a minute. Which was not achievable on your previous or on your current setup.
No.
So essentially, what that's going to be able to do is ensure that your lawn gets watered. And like you said, you're able to water product in after application and as desired or required. So the beautiful thing about an irrigation system is that it gives you complete control of being able to replicate rainfall. I
think the good bit is when I'm away as well.
Yeah, you can just set the controller. I'm pretty sure from memory they've gone a Hunter X core. Plus wand. So you'll be able to access it via Wi-Fi anywhere in the world.
That's great. There we go.
So providing you got water in the tank. In the tank. So, and then we can talk through all that. So that's quite exciting. So we've gone from delivering news that, hey, your pressure's pretty shit.
You're not going to get water on that lawn.
You're not going to get water on that lawn, to asking the question, have you got a tank?
Yeah.
You know, okay, cool, you got a tank. Where is it? How big is it? Cool, that's actually going to work.
Yeah.
So irrigation for a long time I suppose, you know, for a lot of people is scary. Right, and I'm assuming you're thinking that this is going to be quite scary.
It's going to be a big job.
Yeah. The fortunate thing is that you've got us to reach out to, but more importantly to the people at home and listening, is that places like Water Pro exist everywhere.
Yeah.
Something that I didn't know, something that I didn't realise is that irrigation shops, before I started working here, were a thing. Yeah. I just thought it was just a hardware store and that was it. I had no fathom. I just had no understanding of it.
That was more,
and then I started at Lawnhub and I was open to this world that I had no idea about. And then of course it makes sense that there's irrigation shops, like just, you know, they're going to be able to give you the best information possible. Obviously, I'm going to always recommend Water Pro over anyone else. I understand that we're not in all states, but we are there online. You know,
I think that's what I'm looking forward to as well, is being someone who has done very little irrigation work.
And I think you'll probably find that you may inspire people, especially if your reel starts to, or your video, whatever you choose to do, you know, gets a following or gets some viewership, and all of a sudden, you know, and we've seen it where we've made reels that see 300 people and then, and then, you know, we make one and it's got 10 or 15,000 views and it's like, fuck, what do we do different there?
Yeah.
Irrigation is, and we talk about it all the time when we're trying to hire people for irrigation, counter sales role. They don't exist. Those people don't exist.
Yeah.
You're taught how to do this. And I mean, it's exciting. I think watering a lawn is cool to watch, if I'm being honest. I've always liked sprinklers, but I think, you'll gain knowledge. So you'll upskill. You'll learn how to, you know, use a metric fitting. You learn how to use a controller. You learn how to put a sprinkler in. Like, just it's cool. The good thing is, if something goes wrong,
I'm going to blame you.
Well, you can blame us, but I'm meaning, like, if you've got if a sprinkler pops off, you go, oh, well, I know that clip, like that, like I know, or, you know, oh fuck, something's not working, or you put it in the ground. Like, you're going to be the one that puts it in the ground. You're going to know where the pipe is. And like, someone moves into your property in 10, 15 years time with that irrigation system, and if something goes wrong, they're going to be like,
what now?
Fuck, I don't know where anything is. That's the beauty of putting a system in as well, is that if something does go wrong, you're going to
be the master of it.
You're going to know exactly where it is. So, no, I think it's going to be cool. I'm going to, you know, be watching it with excitement, and then obviously, the support, the backup support is also going to be there as well. So, obviously, if you've got any questions, queries,
I'm sure I definitely will.
We'll show you some stuff. I did see Scott come in, so I'm pretty sure he's got it with him.
Oh, cool.
I think you enjoy it. I think it's going to be quite daunting, especially to do that first cut into the lawn.
Yeah. And because I'm going to hit the grey water lead. I'm going to be chewing through them.
Yeah.
So when I hit the first one, it's going to be
good riddance, I say.
Yeah. Well, it's done all right.
Yeah.
It's watered, like, it's kept it green.
Yeah, and like we said, it has a purpose. Like when we were speaking before downstairs about it has a purpose, but like you said, once it comes clogged, it's
and there's an annoying bit. The ones that aren't clogged, there's at least one, if not two, lines that are going along a path.
Yeah,
and you can just, as soon as if it gets a bit damp, that's where they start bubbling. Like, you can just see it coming through the path.
Yeah.
So it's
there you go.
Anyway.
We've got a question here. G'day, lawn lovers. G'day, Phil.
G'day, Phil.
Is mini peel worth using in nice lawn that isn't really tight? Absolutely, it is. Like, it can take and I suppose we talk about it a lot, but the reason why it's unavailable a lot of the time is the raw mini inputs coming into Australia is like, the mini raw inputs of Australia coming into Australia is so small. And there's other mini raw inputs that are in mini pill that aren't in Trojan. So there's actually more elements and nutrition in mini pill. So yes, absolutely, it's worth using on a nice lawn that isn't really tight. Seth Jackson, when and how many times should you dethatch your lawn? I like to do it about 2 or 3 times a growing season, but one heavy one and then 2 maintained ones, so like real minor ones. Again, everyone's different.
I have not done mine at all this year.
Yeah.
Last year. No.
I'm just thinking once you get the irrigation in, whether you could dual reno because it's already going to be dug up and then
and it'll
like
come
two
back.
birds with one stone. But then a reno at the is probably the last thing you're going to want to do after installing irrigation.
Because the year before last, when I did a big hard reno,
yeah,
and I think I started on borrowed a scarifier off a mate, a dethatcher, and on a whim thought, today's the day we're going to start.
Yeah.
And that day got to 35 degrees.
Yeah.
And I almost died. Like it was
fuck that.
200 square meters of lawn, And
Yeah.
it hadn't been dethatched in
Yeah.
God knows how long. So I took a lot off it.
When I did the irrigation at Dad's house, it was the opposite.
Yeah.
It started pissing down all the trenches filled with water. So that was an added bloody fucking thorn in my side then.
Yeah, no thanks.
Skazer. I started with tuna cans, then went to many, many smaller measuring cups. Now looking to buy proper catch cups. All about learning and developing as you gain more experience. Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh God! Check your volume, not your pressure. Big pipes should bring water, otherwise your orifice on your sprinkler needs to be finer. Yeah. So Kerry. So all that had been measured.
Yep.
There's just water into your property is not your strong point.
No, not at all.
So it wasn't just a pressure problem; it was a volume problem as well. So obviously, when we're dot pointing and we're talking about stuff in summary, a lot of stuff does get missed. But yeah, there was Kyle. When I spoke to Kyle, his guys went back a couple of times and
we checked a few things.
Yeah, tried to get tried to get a solution without tank and pump, but unfortunately, all options were exhausted.
No.
Skaysbrook, can we go back to random prizes for questions? We certainly can. Maybe not today. Not very prepared for that, but we are bringing back Lawn of the Week. So those of you are familiar with Lawn of the Week. Not Lawn of the Week. What was that segment? Fucking hell. Rate My Lawn.
Rate My Lawn.
Rate My Lawn will be back soon. So
Yep.
we'll get some assets done. We'll put that in the weekly cut. We'll talk about it more. So, and we are looking at doing a giveaway. The largest giveaway that we've ever done. We're just in the working out stages of that as well and what that looks like. So stay tuned for that.
Exciting.
Can also give a big plug to Rob at Adelaide Garden Equipment Hire. Awesome equipment and, in your words, an elite bloke. There we go. Adelaide Garden Equipment Hire. I think that's a guy that Irvo used. Nathan Skaysbrook. Is Dylan back? Dylan is back. Dylan, I spoke to him on the phone this morning. He rocked up to work a bit early before everyone was there. Places like WaterPro do exist, but no place is as good. That's right, Skays. Yes. Oh my God, look at this. There's so many questions. Riggers. Sprinklers are to summer like fire in winter. Could sit with a beer and watch them for ages. So satisfying. Yeah.
Yep.
I could not agree more. Brenton Little, thoughts on spike versus core aeration? Spike for maintenance, core aeration for like reno restarting. More damage is obviously caused with the core aeration, and then spike is more of a maintenance. Skays, g'day Clint. Clint must be online. Cannot wait for it. Hopefully not rigged this year. That's Skatesbrook with Rate My Lawn. They're not rigged. I don't know what you're talking about. Just give me 2 seconds.
Do accept bribes.
Yes, do accept bribes.
Not financial advice.
Not financial advice. Just need to print the manifest for Australia Post so everyone's orders can get their updated shipping because Australia Post is here. Here we go. Yes. Manifest. Error. Huh? That doesn't make sense. Here we go. Oh.
Here, I've got an Instagram question for you.
Yeah, go for it.
I've noticed, and you look at your lawn and it's looking incredible, and you take a photo of it and it looks shit.
Yep.
How many people are putting filters on their photos?
Probably lots.
Yep.
More than probably what we realise.
Yep.
I hate taking photos of my lawn because, like you just said, you can never replicate what you see in real life.
Yep.
Unless you've got a $50,000 HD camera that's at the cricket.
Yeah. If you're using your iPhone.
Yeah. Well, in saying that, a lot of the videos that I've filmed by myself at my place, at Dad's place, for example, was filmed with my iPhone in 4K.
Yeah.
And that does a pretty good job. But yeah, you're right. I don't know.
Sometimes I'll take a photo and I'll go, oh, that just doesn't look as good as what it is.
It's frustrating because I know exactly how you feel.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. There we go. All right. It worked. Okay. Sorry. So people can
get their orders.
Get their tracking notification. Noises in this place. And then manifest. Cool. Yes. Josie's on holiday, so she'd normally be doing this. Cool. All right. Now I'll message Adriana. Cool. All right. Yeah, so hopefully you learn a lot.
I think I will.
Through the irrigation install.
I'm interested to see how long it takes to set up as well.
I would definitely, for the trenching, that's half the probably maybe 3/4 of the...
Yeah, the geotrench is pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it's not. I'm just, from experience, trenching is usually one of the longest.
Yeah.
One of the longer...
Yeah.
I don't know what that means, Ervo. Sorry. He's speaking irrigation words I don't understand. Yeah. Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's come back. All right. Are the spike shoes any good? I thought they were bad because they compact the dirt and pushes it.
I got a pair.
If they went about 6 or 7 inches longer, that'd be better.
Yeah.
Reality is that's simply not. It's not how they're made. Look, some spiking's better than none. But in order to replicate a true spike, like a big, if you go onto the YouTubes and look at the Toro Pro Core and like just how that fucking goes into the soil, I wish we could replicate that all the time.
Yeah.
Especially out the front here. The lawn out the front here is going to really benefit from a core aeration if I can get a core sorted for next week. So, Clint is online. Always looks better in person, Brenton Little said. Yeah. That's what I say to my missus too. Yeah. Phil McCracken. Hey, Adam. Emailed some lawn issues a few weeks before Xmas. Didn't get a reply. Flicked them through again today, just hoping for some advice. Sorry, Phil. I prided myself over the Christmas break. I got my emails down to 0. So let's have a look. Phil, are you able to confirm what email address you sent that to? Was it adam@lawnhub.com.au? I'll get to it. Promise. What do we want to see in the weekly cart this week? What discount? What products? Let me know. That's always the hardest part of the weekly cart. What discount to give away? Yeah. Nate Extreme, hello. Tell Dylan I'm thirsty still. Yeah. It's still here, Skays. So we've got to sort that out. Following lots of your advice, but some areas just didn't knit together. Santa Ana, South Australia. Phil. Trouble is, I speak to so many people.
Yeah, you would.
I feel bad sometimes when, like, I remember it was one of the people I met in public for the first time. He's like, "Oh, thanks, man. Like, thanks for replying to my email this morning." I was like, I replied to like 300. So, like, sorry, man.
Anytime.
Brenton Little, bigger bottles of wet still in the works. Yeah, all the liquids in bigger bottles are still in the works.
Good.
We spoke about this, I think the last podcast of last year or the wrap up, where we talked about things that we didn't even know about, like retooling. So to retool that machine out the back to go from 1 litres to 5 litres takes time.
Yeah.
Recalibrating it takes time. So, it's still in the works. There's so much in the works at the moment, like roots and shoots and wet discount, please, done. I'll do that again. We've got plenty of that.
Yeah, go for it.
But yeah, we've got so much in the works right now. I think sometimes we take on more than we can chew, but that's our whole business, and we just work with it and go along with it as it comes up. So, there is a lot going on. And then obviously we'll start our pre-winter campaign probably sooner rather than later, making sure that we're getting our lawns healthy, fully recovered and thriving as they go into winter, because they will go into winter much stronger. The plant will be stronger, healthier, can withstand frost for a period of time. Obviously heavy frosts are going to discolour lawns, and we'll start talking about that soon, even though it's 40-odd degrees here tomorrow. So
it's going to be coming soon.
How's the book going, Skays? The book is going. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Don't fucking start me about my book. No, it's. I've got a few hours on a plane coming up soon, so maybe I might.
We expect it to be done.
Yeah, I might. The goal was to have it ready for this season. Mm-hmm. That obviously didn't happen. The trouble is, all the information is written. It's there. It's just about extracting it and giving it to the media team and being able to put it on PDFs and downloadable.
Not going to sell it?
Nah, not going to sell it. No, definitely not going to sell it.
Sure?
Nah, not good. I don't think it's morally right to sell something you're not qualified in.
No.
You know, if I, that's why I got no problems with some people selling their lawn plans, because they're fully qualified and that was their job and they got paid to do that. I'm not qualified and I'm never said I have been. But the knowledge and information that I've read and my experiences are those on par with books and you know other things. I just don't have a certificate to say
that you're the man. You're the one.
There's my certificate going to hang in my office. Maybe Dylan or Kira or someone can make me one. What's Andrew's choice of lawn? So obviously you got the Tiff Tuff, but that was already there.
Yep.
If you were to have your time again, would you have kept it with the Tiff Tuff, or you haven't really worked with anything else?
No, I haven't worked with anything else.
Well, there you go.
I said before that in our old house, I was...
Yeah, oh, that's right. Yeah, you had 2 different lawns.
Yeah, I think I put down... I think it had Tiff Tuff. It was crap. And half it was dying. And then we extended the lawn out a bit and I ordered maybe Kaiku.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was something. Anyway, put it down like, shit, that's the wrong lawn. And we sold the house 6 months later. So
well, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
No, I'm happy with what I've got. I think it wears well. Mm-hmm. It gets an absolute beating from the kids. So, it's just good hardy lawn. The only problem is in winter it just, as you know, goes to nothing.
Yeah. I mean...
There's nothing you can do about that.
I mean, in your area, anything can go dormant.
Yeah.
Quite quickly. I know.
And as soon as we get frosts, everything's.
Oh, frost, and people don't. Frost is a true shock to the system for a lawn, and then it just goes, nah, I'm done now.
Yeah,
I'm going to start losing all my colour, and I'm going to go into hibernation.
Yeah,
and I'll just wait for the weather to come back.
And that's when my wife starts complaining that you're not looking after my lawn properly, and there's nothing I do.
Maybe we can get some
fake grass.
Nah, fuck the fake grass. We get some pigment out there to keep the lawn green.
Yeah. Yep.
Sorry, Phil. I'm really. Before Chris, I'll find it, Phil, and I'll get back to you. If I can't find it, I'll somehow get in contact with you. Yeah, I'll write that down. So, Andrew, the New Year's here.
Yep.
What's your New Year's resolutions?
Don't know. I don't know. Don't kill the lawn.
Yep.
That'll be good.
Don't lose a leg.
Don't lose a leg on the geo trencher. No, I don't know. Just keep going.
Yep. Any big goals? Like, is there any light milestones that you'd like to get the tool shed to before this time next year? Or
I don't know. It'd be good. Like, it slowly creeps up.
Yeah.
But I'm not really doing it. Like, I've been doing it for now 3 years.
Yeah.
And it's a hard slog. Like, some days, like you said before, you post something. You're like, shit, that was good. And and you get 2 likes and
we've got 30,000 followers on Instagram, and we get reels that only get 200 or 300
and you look at your
views, and
you look at your stats, and you're like, 10% of your followers are actually seeing your content. Like, I don't know. I just chip away at it.
Yep.
How about yourself? Resolutions?
I do one every year where I cut the crap out of my diet. So no soft drink, no alcohol, no takeaway, no junk food, no shit. Worked last year, lost 10 kilos.
Yep.
And just drink lots of water. Love water. Cold water.
Yeah. I did sign up for the gym.
Yeah.
That was a month ago.
I just quit the
months
gym.
ago. So
I just quit the gym.
I need to get back into that. I stopped
the gym, I understand why people do it. It's just not my scene.
Yeah, and I'm lucky because I can go, if I can get out of work early, get in there before everyone else finishes work. And everyone starts staring at themselves in the mirror. Yeah, then you're good.
Getting the chicks come in with their pants halfway up
their ass cracks.
Their ass cracks and half up their stomach, and
people sitting on the machines not doing anything. It's good.
Yep,
it's good.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, this time of year is this time of year it'd be the worst for it. Yeah, the gym.
Yeah, but I need to get back into it.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Alcohol. Yeah, I get the shakes after I drink now.
Do you?
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, and I'm Coke Zero.
Yeah, I hated Coke Zero for so long, and then I got onto it last year. Yeah. And now I just have a Coke every now and then to treat myself. Yeah. But try and drink water. Lots of water. Yeah. Oh, pardon me, God. And bush. We've got 2 ton of bush somewhere on the road. So
good.
That should be back hopefully very, very soon. Sooner rather than later.
Good stuff.
Oh, it's a great product. It you don't need much of it, and it makes a huge difference. So when we get that in, we'll fertilise all the gardens here as well. They've only, like I said before, they've only had roots and shoots. So, yeah. Well, guys, if you got any more questions, make sure you send them through. Brendan's got one here. Playlist, band, or song of choice while working in the garden.
Is that Brenton Little?
It is.
Yeah, I know him. Me?
Yeah.
At the moment, loving. I went to Good Things Festival in the beginning of December. So, been listening to a lot of Electric Callboy at the moment, which has been good.
Yep.
Parkway. I don't know. I like heavy stuff.
Yep. Yeah, I'm not usually I'm a fucking weirdo. I could sit in a room with no music and just and work with no music. Clint's the complete opposite.
Yeah.
Cranks the music here, cranks the music outside. Like, he loves it.
Yeah, I love it. Actually, that'd be a hobby. You said hobbies before?
Yeah.
Hobbies, yeah, music. I probably, yeah.
Yeah,
love
okay.
it.
Do you play anything?
Nah,
No.
too uncoordinated.
Yeah, I get that. I remember like skills and stuff like at school, tech we did. Like I was good at woodwork.
Yep.
I was good at electronics. As soon as we went to metalwork,
Yeah.
my teacher pulled me aside and said, Adam, if you just come to class, I'll give you a C.
Yeah.
I said, okay. Am I that bad? And he says, you're the worst welder I've ever had.
Yeah. It's hard. I can't weld for shit.
Oh, fucking man.
hard.
The teacher's like, oh, I'll give you this like this. I don't know the terminology of metal, right?
Yeah.
I got no idea. But he's like, I'll give you this like thicker and stronger metal and try and not burn the holes in it. And I brought it back to him. And he's like, fucking burnt holes in it and shit. And I was like, yeah, this is not for me.
No.
But to his word, gave me a C for coming to metal class. So
Good.
yeah.
Still passed. P's get degrees.
Yeah, that's right. I actually found, I don't know what it is in Victoria, but I found my SAE certificate
Oh, yeah.
on the weekend when we were cleaning up
Yeah.
like under our bed and stuff. Yeah, I ripped it up and put it in the bin. It's terrible. I don't need it.
Didn't do anything.
No, I mean, I dropped a subject in year 12, so I only just got the enough amount of credits to get a SAE certificate, but I didn't get an ATAR.
Yeah.
So I only passed year 12. I didn't get an ATAR, but
Yeah.
like, I don't know. School just wasn't for me.
Yeah, it's not for everyone.
I didn't realise I'm still undiagnosed, but I believe I'm dyslexic as fuck.
Yeah.
So that doesn't help.
Yeah.
I am getting better, but if for words that I don't understand or never really seen before, I can't read them.
read it.
You know, which is odd because I can say active ingredients.
Yeah.
Like I can read those.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, oh, yeah, I can get pretty close to that.
Yeah.
And you say it and then you Google Lens it or you Google it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's close.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, you asked me to read a book,
No.
allow 7 to 10
But you can
more
write a
business
book.
days.
You can write a book.
Well, I can because of the likes of word suggestions. Yeah. Nate Extreme, it's nice for me this time of year. Go for a fat down the street instead of working when it gets too hot and see all bikinis you can dream of.
Sure.
I want to live where Nate's living. That's derogatory. That's terrible, Adam. Is there anything the spray the Kentucky bluegrass will find out of the fine fescue, or am I stuck pulling it out forever now? Well, Nate, you know that we never suggest off-label instructions, right? But if you can find a wintergrass killer that's safe for fescue, you'll be able to spray out the Kentucky bluegrass because Kentucky bluegrass is part of the Poa family. So, yeah, looking down those roads, there are a few options. But yeah, Kentucky bluegrass is part of the Poa family. So I think it's called annual Poa or something like that. Yeah, anyway, it's part of the same family. So you'll probably find that a couple of applications with that will annihilate it. Scazebook said, me too, Andrew. Did see you at Kerry King's.
Kerry King's? What's Kerry King's?
I don't know.
I wasn't there.
Okay. Did see you, Kerry King's. I don't know. Dyslexic again. I don't even think that's what he's written. Me too, Andrew. Did you see Kerry King's?
Oh, no, I didn't know.
Fuck me, Adam. God.
No, I didn't. I was somewhere else. Who was I watching when that was on? I don't know. Maybe the Butterfly Effect. Should have said g'day. I saw Lawns in good nick there, actually.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he was behind me.
Good old Nick.
Old Nick.
Yeah. I'm not going to say what I was going to say. I'll just get in trouble. What about Ryan Fescue? That's going to be a lot harder. No, not sure about Ryan Fescue. Because any herbicides used to target rye will also target the fescue. That one's a bit difficult. Oh, fuck. Why does it say 7 days before mowing and 7 days after not to use fertilizer? with what? Why does it say 7 days before mowing? Sorry, Kerry. In relation to what there? I'm going to have to... Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. Phil, are you guys getting on the Mashton Kutcher promo? They are asking businesses to use the songs in an advert and they'll promote it. One possible song is Get on the Beers right up Clint's Avenue.
There you go.
I haven't heard of that.
No, I haven't seen it.
Have not heard. Nah. I mean, I'm interested now.
You've got him.
Mash.
I heard the song, Get on the Beers.
Yeah, Get on the Beers. Yeah, Dan Andrews. God. We spoke about him not long ago on the podcast and how he's not allowed in local hotels in Victoria anymore.
Yeah, he's not liked.
He is...
Isn't he... Where is he now? I don't think he's in Victoria anymore.
No, didn't he go overseas on holiday?
Yeah.
Maybe he's just not coming back.
Yeah, I don't think... Yeah, we won't let him back in.
Who are we waiting for? Here we go. Not being able to put fertiliser on my lawn 7 days prior, or Kerry, does that say that anywhere? Because you can definitely put fertiliser down 7 days before and 7 days like after mowing. Like I usually put my fertiliser down straight away after mowing.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I'm also very bad at going off label too. So
I think a lot are. The only product that,
unless it's a herbicide, I'm pretty good on.
Yeah, I was going to say that the only product that there's really no margin for error is the chemicals. Like fertilizer's okay, wetting agent's fine as long as you water it in. Yeah. Money shot not so good if you go off label. You can get the opposite effect.
Yeah, I've done that.
Because again, like too much, like more doesn't equal more better.
Yep.
Yep, on the product. Which one in particular, Kerry? Because for example, I've just gone to the Trojan page and it says, avoid mowing for 24 hours after application. I'm really interested. Check out Boobs and Scotch song, absolutely epic. Heard that one?
No.
Boobs and Scotch?
No.
Ervo's been listening to a country song at the moment. It's a terrible song.
Yeah, I'm not. Don't like my country.
It's like the beat's good. It's just the words are very,
Not.
Well, I mean, if it was a politically correct office, it definitely wouldn't
not
be
be played.
Yeah, it would not be played. Fortunately, we are not in a politically correct office, so yeah. Yeah, I've overdone Money Shot before by Brenton Little.
Yeah.
Yeah, more doesn't equal more better, unfortunately, with Money Shot. You've got to be very, very careful. Oh, the Yates Weed and Feed. Kerry, unfortunately, I can't speak for that product. I would say when you're using herbicides, there's a potential that if you spray it too early after mowing, that the plant, like the lawn, is still open to being affected. So you want the lawn to be healthy as well as the weeds to be healthy when you spray herbicides. NSFW, for example, we suggest 4 days. Don't mow 4 days before application and 4 days after. Obviously, the longer you leave it on the leaf, in theory, the better result you're going to have because the chemical is going to be in contact with the weed a lot longer. So, hopefully, in theory, giving a much more efficient kill.
I did a test on the Yates Weed and Feed, and it's useless. I wouldn't buy it.
The
bottle.
The letters that we've received tell us otherwise, but each one's circumstances is different.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Liam O'Donnell, when would you recommend applying Spartan, and would you spray half yearly? Yes. So I spray at the beginning of spring, and then I spray at the beginning of autumn. There are a lot. There are a lot of studies and application timing for certain areas of the country, depending on what you're targeting, because it's a misconception that pre-emergents prevent things from germinating, but that's not the case. So pre-emergent still allows weeds to germinate, but what it does is it reduces cell reproduction. So then essentially the lawn or the seed can't produce roots, it can't produce stems, it can't produce green matter for it to photosynthesize and turn into a plant. So essentially you want to get your application down either before they start to germinate or literally as they are starting to germinate. Once they've germinated and they've started to photosynthesize, too late. It's too late. The cell reproduction has already happened.
And that's happened to me this year. I put down Spartan too late and the winter grass went crazy.
It's unfortunate because, you miss your timing.
Yep.
You can never, in my opinion, you can never be too early, but you can always be too late.
Too late.
So, for example, if we look at the calendar, essentially you got about a 6-month runway in perfect conditions for prodiamine in the soil, which is what Spartan and Barricade and Onset are. There are other pre-emergents out there. I've found that in my experience, you get a longer lasting effect with these products. So Barricade, Spartan, and then Onset being granule, I found just came out a couple of weeks early than liquid. But again, my experience. So we're in January at the moment. So we'd probably be looking about March, April, probably March.
Yeah.
Depending if you had a real bad winter grass problem last year, definitely want to get it down before it starts to cool down. So March, April, definitely.
Well, if we can get the irrigation in, the first thing I'll be spraying will be Spartan.
And that's then plan. The other thing as well, and I've talked about it before. And I've been argued against that my credibility doesn't count because I don't have a certificate. Yes, those were the words used. But you can deplete seed banks in soil with the use of prodiamine, Spartan and Barricade. So you just allow them to germinate. You have Spartan or Barricade or Onset in the soil. Kill those seeds off by, not allowing cell production. And the cycle begins again. Yep. In summer you're targeting your crabgrass, your summer grass, your paspalum, those sorts of weeds, and then in the winter, you got your winter grass or your poa, your annual rise, your ryegrass, your other bits and pieces. So if you've got a real big weed problem, I'll definitely look at pre-emergent. Obviously, again, you need to get it down before they start germinating or literally the day that they're germinating. And you won't know that they're germinating until it's too late. Anyway, Alex Salary, how do you guys feel about Lawn Pro selling the same liquids as Lawnhub? No idea who Lawn Pro is. So, that's how I feel about it. I'll have to look into that one. So, Skay said, I will send you the song after. All right. The blowjobs one. Is that what it was? Boobs and Scotch.
Boobs and Scotch.
Yeah. Did you show Clint the shirts for the logo legends yet? Not yet. He's on holidays. My bad, Skays. That's completely my bad. Sounds good to me. Mid-March, mid-September. Oh, yeah, sorry, Liam. Then to go on to it, then September, October is then when I get my pre-emergent down for summer. If that's everything.
Done well.
I'll just check Instagram one last time. Nothing's come through that I can see. Is there anything for tussock seeds? I don't know what they are. Let's have a look. Last one for you, Skays. You better not be sending me up a rabbit hole or down a rabbit hole and I search this. Speaking of people not having qualifications, when is Nick going to feature on the pod? I don't think he will be. Tussock. Yeah, like I said, even though, again, if we go back to pre-emergent, just because a weed variety is not mentioned on the label doesn't necessarily mean it's not gonna stop it. So, for example, sour sobs, they can germinate up to 2 meters in the soil, right? So they've already had their cell production. They're going to break through the pre-emergent barrier. If this tussock, for example, if that's how you say it or pronounce it, if it's caught in that 30 to 40 mil pre-emergent barrier provided by prodiamine, then absolutely it's going to get caught. So things like clover, if they're in that barrier, that's going to get caught. Any seeds caught in that 30 to 40 mil is going to get pretty much caught by the pre-emergent. When things don't get caught in the pre-emergent is when things are, well below the barrier and they've already had cell production and they're going to break through.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I think that's it. So, yeah, back to, I don't know. I don't know if people without qualifications are Nick going to feature in this pod. I don't think, nothing against Nick, I just don't think we're his market. I just don't think we're his vibe. So I'm happy to have that conversation with him. But his content is vastly different to ours. Yeah. And we wouldn't sell free lawn plans anyway. So, yeah. Anyway, Andrew, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
It's been a pleasure. We'll
been good fun.
Definitely have to keep it close to the keep the results close and see the irrigation install, see how that goes. Film as much as possible.
Yeah, no, it definitely will be.
Even if you just capture it.
Yep.
We could probably look at editing it for you.
Sounds good.
Yeah, no one knows that yet, but if you capture a lot of it and it's outside of your skill set, or it's too big of a task, we can definitely try and put something together.
Yep.
If you feel, there's a couple here. If you feel you're doing all the right things, especially with your products, but not getting the results you want, what's next? A soil test. Like I alerted to earlier in the podcast, there's things that can happen in the soil that prevent some results from happening. And then last one here. It's from Skaysbrook. Definitely a top seeding grass. It's absolutely shit stuff. I'll send you a pic. That must be that tussock grass. So, and then Brenton, little great pod.
Thank you.
Guys, thank you so much. First one for the year.
Done.
Yeah, it's a big year this year. We're excited. More guests, hopefully. And yeah, Andrew, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And good luck with the irrigation install.
Thank you.
And
next time you see me, I'll be with a peg leg.
Yes, yes, that's fucking gold. And I'll play Clint's outgoing music. Shit, where is it? What's it called? Oh, here it is. Here.
Hey, I'm an innocent bystander. They saying I drove a getaway car.
We'll see you next week.
But I cannot see. I'm legally blind. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. I'm innocent.
Come on this way.
So are you from Houston?
Man, I'm from Port Arthur, Texas, and I'm a female. I did not drive no getaway car. I'm legally blind.
How'd you get wrapped up with these folks?